Hey guys, Ike here from IkesOutdoors.com. Today we're going to be doing a product review on the 720 Freestyle from S4 Gear. S4 Gear is kind of a leader in innovations in the archery industry. They're the ones who made the Sidewinder that I reviewed last year. They've also got a Sidewinder Evo that we're going to be reviewing this year. Right here we're going to be doing a review on it probably shortly after we do this 720. But what this 720 Freestyle is it's a revolutionary hunting chair. And it's one that I looked at the ATA this year, earlier in January, and was really impressed with it. And so we're going to show you some of the features of this today, and we're going to show you how to set this up and kind of some of the operation on this thing. It comes with this nice bag. And one of the things I'll say about this bag is it's really nice that they include something like this. It's a really good way of carrying this thing. Got to position this bag in this chair in here right. If not, it's going to be poking you in the back. So that's the only problem I really came up with this bag. Other than that, it's really nice, but you got to position a chair in there. I position it just like this, with the seat, the actual padding of the seat toward my back. If you position it another way, it seems to kind of poke at you and get you kind of uncomfortable. So we've got the chair right here, and my pegs are loose, and we're going to set this thing up for you. We're going to show you how this thing works. This is the chair here, all folded up. This thing weighs in right at 10 pounds, so it's not too bad if you're going to be walking to a ground blind compared to having to carry a tree stand or something like that. That's 25, 30 pounds. Even the lighter ones are 14, 15 pounds, so it's not too bad as far as weight goes. Deployment of this thing is really simple. Make sure you lock those legs in place. Got a really good locking system on it. Lock those out. And lock your chair up, making sure you get it into place. Now, you're ready to go now. The legs extend out. I roll them up just like that so they're upside down for my locking mechanism. Now you got that loose. Extend these out as far as possible. The farther out that they are, the better it's going to be. It's going to make it that much more stable. But if you need to keep it in and compact, that'll work out as well too when you peg this thing to the ground. So we'll do that to each one of the legs here. Just work those out. Like that, tighten that back into place. And we'll do our last one here. This also makes this chair very versatile as far as where you're going to set this chair. If you have an uneven terrain, you can set these legs at different depths or different lengths to make up for the terrain. So we've got that there. Now we're going to peg this thing down and we're going to talk about some of the features of this chair. Okay, so now that you've got the legs deployed and you've got it set up how you want it, got these nice lightweight aluminum pegs here. Drive them in the ground. If it's soft like it is here, you can drive it in the ground by hand. If not, simply have to step on it. Got one of those for each leg, and that really makes this thing secure. So we're just going to put these two in here for now until we go to setting, and we're going to talk about some of the features on this thing. This thing has what we call window-to-window technology. This is 720. Because what you have is you have 360 degrees swivel from the middle, and you have 360 degrees swivel on your seat. So you got 720 degrees of mobility here. It's got this nice closed foam seat. It's really comfortable. It also has a nice aftermarket seat that'll an aftermarket back that you can order separately from this thing. That'll really add some distinct comfort to it. Silent operation. You can hear this thing if I shut up for long enough to let you hear it. This thing is absolutely silent, and it glides so easy. So all those chairs in the past that I've tried have always had some creak and some groan to them and stuff like that whenever you try to move them, especially some of the ones that had like a ball bearing type of seat on them. Really noisy, really loud. This one is really just super quiet. Portable design, like we said, for going into your blind. Easy to transport, folds up in about 20 seconds, and is ready to carry and goes right into your bag. Easy to do even in the dark. I mean, it's got these nice big springs here, so whenever you want to fold this thing down, got that spring that's easy to get to with your hands. And you just got to push that down, the seat's ready to go down. In the morning when it's dark, all you got to do is grab your seat, lift it up. Once you hear that lock, then you're ready to hunt. Independent telescoping legs, like we talked about earlier. Each one of these will telescope out to different lengths. If you don't have a good flat terrain, it'll help you out really well to get this thing set up and get it leveled out. This is a 38-inch cantilever outside diameter. So for your average, even a small ground blind, this thing's gonna set. You can set this thing right in the center and be able to swivel all around. So window-to-window technology, like we said, you're gonna be able to go from window to window real quietly. Now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab my bow and we're gonna do some shooting out of this thing. Now, just like anything out there, there's safety precautions that you need to take with this and a proper way to use it. You want to set in between the feet. Now, you can slide around, but what you don't want to do is, and this is the improper way to use this, so don't be using it like this. You don't want to get like this. This is an improper way to use this, and it's going to cause you some balance issues. You want to try to stay with your feet to the outside. You don't want your feet into the middle. And they send instructions with this, and it shows real good pictures on the improper way to use it. So you want to keep your feet to the outside. You slide that around, just keep your feet to the outside. Real easy thing to do. Another thing you don't want to do, it's got this nice, pretty big seat on it, but you want to make sure when you're sitting on this thing that you're back all the way. You don't want to be on the edge of this thing. Now, I'm sitting on the edge of it now, but I'm not putting all my full weight on it. So you don't want to be out on the edge of this thing. You want to be right on the back where you're sitting on the whole seat. Use the whole seat. So, and you can see here, I'm just going to slide around with this thing. And you can slide, like I said, you can slide around just as easy as this. I've got myself kind of in the bushes here, but just as easy as that. You can slide right around. It's 720 degrees of motion on this thing, and just absolutely quiet. If you really get to rocking, you'll get a little bit of noise out of it, but nothing like some of the other hunting chairs that I've used. So I'm gonna get my release on here, and we're gonna do some shooting with my Invasion here. And this is basically, I'm gonna set this up for turkey hunting. I'm gonna use this chair turkey hunting, and I'm gonna use this Invasion turkey hunting. But while I'm getting this release on, I'll splice in a little clip here of me shooting yesterday. I shot an old military 30 caliber with this gun, with this seat. You can see on one of it, I've got 3 targets set up, and I fire 2 rounds at the top one. I slide, fire 2 rounds at the left one, slide back, and fire 1 round at the bottom one. So we'll get that in there for you. Splice that in here while I'm getting ready to do some shooting with my Invasion. Okay, so you can see there, versatile not only for bow hunters, it's also versatile for rifle hunters. You can quickly change your target. You can do it without having to move your body. You know, like from here, if I want to change target, I can do it just simply as that. Or if I have to adjust in a ground blind from one window to the next, all I got to do is slide the whole thing, and I'm just right to the next window. My body's still in good position. I'm not trying to lean back and do some crazy stuff like that. I can simply slide around with this thing and do it quietly. So while I'm even at full draw, my target is off to my left here. I'm going to draw toward the camera, which my wife's going to hate. I'm actually going to draw off to the side. And then I'm going to slide around and I'm going to take my shot. So let's try this out. It's a dead deer. So that quick, that easy, you can really change the angle of your shot and your approach to your shot. With ground blind hunting, I mean, this thing is going to be fantastic. Like I said, you got your bow at a manageable weight that you can actually hold it. You can slide all the way around to your next window, settle in, put an arrow in your turkey. I really, really like this thing. I mean, it's a little bit on the heavy side for a chair. You know, 10 pounds. It's kind of heavy for a chair, but this thing's made for ground blind hunting and made for use for carrying in a ground blind. It's not made You know, you're not gonna have to carry a bunch of stuff with this, like a tree stand or screw steps or anything like that. So 10 pounds compared to my normal tree stand setup is relatively light. My ground blinds are always up well before season because I like to keep them up to let the deer get used to them. So I may adjust them a little bit, but my ground blinds are out in the woods right now. So this is a 720 Freestyle made by S4 Gear. S4 is one of the leaders in innovative technology for the hunting world and the outdoor world. I mean, there's a lot of applications to this chair besides hunting. I mean, you seen in the video, we were just out target shooting that day, and this thing works out really good for target shooting. You put the back on this thing, and I mean, all day hunts in a ground blind, all day hunts in a big box blind are going to be that much more comfortable and that much more user friendly. It's really, really hard to find a good chair out there, and I think this S4 720 is definitely one that's leading the way in technology and innovation and quiet. Absolutely quiet. That's one of the main things you got to ask for from your tree stands and your any kind of thing that you're going to be setting in while you're hunting. You know as well as I do, one creak, one crack, one groan, one sound out of these chairs, and you're going to alert the deer to your presence, and it's going to make it that much harder to get your kill. So this is the 720 Freestyle. Very, very nice chair. One of the best chairs that I've ever tested out, bar none. So check this out at s4gear.com. And check out the other products that they got too. They got the sidewinder that we used last year that straps your arm, your pack, stuff like that. They've also got the sidewinder Evo, which we'll be doing a review on here. As soon as I turn the camera off for this one, we'll probably be firing it up to do the Evo. So you'll be watching for it here just a few days after this video. You'll be able to see this. So S4 Gear, great company. So be sure to check out their website, s4gear.com. And if any questions, be sure to contact them. Like I said, they've got a fantastic staff over there. We met them all at the ATA, and they were just super nice people. So they'll answer any questions that you got, and if there's any questions that I can help you with, just be sure to hit me up at ikesoutdoors.com. Appreciate you guys watching.